welcome back. It's still Soul Sisters on Solid 100.9 FM, and we're back. The second part of Soul Sisters, and remember, every third Sunday is the series Ability in Disability, and of course, we're here again today. We're here again today because of how important it is for us to discuss on issues relating to ability in disability. My name is Lillian, and it's still a full house here. We have Ultra Favora, our very own Soul Ada. We have Ugo Simba. She's seated, smiling as always. We have Eze Sinachi, my friend.
Wanted to say your ex.
I wanted to say ex, but we have started renewing the relationship. So ex Apugonia.
Until his wife will come for you.
Not be fight. Now survival of the fittest now. Then my I have so many ex. My ex.
Your ex.
Fine girl. So you are all welcome. So today is special because on the 5th of September 2024 was the International Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Day. And the theme for this year's program is End Violence, Protect the Spinal Cord. And they've actually been here some time ago. It was actually them that birthed this program, Ability and Disability. They've shared their story with us. And a lot of people, because of their story, got involved and decided to open up to share their own story. Okay? A lot of people who heard them talk on that fateful day decided that, so see, we won't just sit at home and people will not know us. Let's also tell our story. And I want to say thanks to them, because if they didn't share their story, I'm not sure some people would have had a voice. Some people will still be living in a shadow. They will still be living under the shadow of themselves. But thank God that their story motivated a lot of people to come out and say, see, it's time for me to say it. It's time for me to talk about what I've been through. And the in Lagos, this celebration was done, and a lot of people also came out to also share their story. So we'll just give them time to talk to us again about their journey, and so far so good, how it has been for them throughout, from um, from when they had this issue down to this time. I know Fine Glow has always said, and Eze Snatch, if you go through his Facebook messages, he has always said the pain is there, and he always tell his story. The day he fall down, he'll post it that he fell down. The day he stand up, he'll tell us he has stood up and all that. So sometimes when you see these things, you'll be like, okay, maybe this person is trying to gain attention. But then this is this person's story. Okay, and there is best for one to share their story themselves. It actually paves way for people to understand what that person is going through. If I share his story, you might not understand it as much as when the person shares
it
themselves. Okay, so the floor is now for you guys. So I'm giving people the baton. I don't know who is going to speak first. Fine Glue.
Thank you very much. See, the real truth now is that is the way we will keep on talking about the spinal cord injury to look like where people will just position themselves to sympathize with us. No. My major reason of coming or creating more of me today is this thing is real. Spinal cord injury is real.
It's real.
You understand? So stop thinking it's meant for some persons. Or when those people are telling their stories, you get a seat, you sit back and use your hand to support your chin. It's not like that, it's real. Me, sometimes I carry my pubic hair for 6 months, I don't shave it. My level of injury affected my hands, I can't do that. Spinal cord injury have took my privacy away. Likewise, every other person. This thing is real. Spinal cord injury, somebody will come to your house, you can't see the person off. You will be in your bed, depending on the level of your injury. Spinal cord injury has a way of depriving you life. in fact, deprives you life. I don't want to mix it up with Ogadema. People are dying. This is real. Whether you like it or not, you can never stay away from it. How I was when I came here last was not the same now. It's not the same now.
Yeah.
My health is deteriorating fast. I can't do anything about it. So this condition pisses me off every day. My smile is always fake. Do you understand? I do it just to maintain a brown now. Why you get some cake and melon singing a madarom? I'm saying a madarom again. These are the reasons why I respond how I respond sometimes. But in reality, there is no good anywhere. So why I'm saying this, and I'm saying it number one for persons, because we are supposed to be more or less partnering with drivers. Road transport associations, we're supposed to be partnering with them. In fact, if we have started earlier, I'm supposed to go to them in their office. We partner and have this day. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Can you talk to your drivers? You understand?
Yeah.
Can you talk? Is there any way you can make these people understand that they are not spirits? If it happens, you will be deprived of the freedom you are enjoying. See, you don't have money is actually the smallest because you don't come to this world with money.
At all.
You don't have money is the lowest of anything you are looking
What
for.
happened to you?
Do you understand? You can I go, you can be strolling, put a man and say, guy, they chop up, I can't take one. You go pay. You understand? But how about if you don't have money, one, number two, your health issue, you are sitting in one particular place. What will you do? How will you get to that person who will give you that hand of help and the rest of it? So the reality about this thing is everybody should learn how to protect himself. Any small thing that will result into that violence, if you know how to avoid it, avoid it.
Avoid it.
Avoid it because you may be busy there looking for means. I won the case. I won the case. Oh, Igbe Malage. You understand? You'll be thinking you are fighting for your right. Last, you realize that right does not amount to anything. Does not amount to the pain you may go through all your life. You understand? So what I'm saying is, my health is not giving me joy at all. It's not. It's not bringing me anything close to joy. Fine, yes. Go is a girl, how are you? Toast a girl, or a girl will like me because of the way I look and the rest of it. You understand? But does that bring food to the table? People will use words like when you get to the bridge, you cross. Which bridge can you cross? Immediately, the crocodile in the memory. A guy that we are gonna attack in there. Still, people will be praying for you. It's well up and down. So the best thing to dodge all those things is try your best.
So avoid it.
Try your best to stay away from anything that will cause you violence. You understand? Drivers should be careful. You don't own the road alone. You need to be careful. Those are my views for now.
I don't even know where to start because there's one thing that he said here that really caught my attention. It took me down memory lane because we've said on this program, 1 minute you're okay, you feel the world revolves around you. You never can tell what happens. Okay? You won't tell. Maybe as you're embarking on a journey, you don't know what I know most of us are familiar with their story. They weren't born this way. It just happened. So as a bus driver, you're on the road and you feel the road belongs to you. You want to drive fast and furious. You don't know where you will land. That you had that accident is only your leg that is affected. Praise the Lord. What of the other persons inside the vehicle? What about them? Are they safe with you? Are they safe with you? Of course, they are not safe because you are at the driving seat. Everything revolves around you. Basically, you feel now you get steering, so you could drive anyhow. So one of the things I took out from what he has said is take care of yourself. The fact that you're okay today, you don't know what will happen in the next 3-5 seconds. You don't know. I remember when I had an accident, it wasn't up to a minute. 30 seconds, everything don't end. Oh. It don't happen, be say it don't happen. It's not to look for survivor. How do you get back on your feet? How do they need to get to the hospital and all that? So anything can happen. Emmanuel,
Thank
back
you,
to you.
Lillian and Solid Sisters.
Mm.
I don't know why Spine always get me emotional.
Theory. Yeah.
Emotional, yeah.
It's not a matter of emotion.
Mm.
The real truth is that where I am now, I wouldn't, Jesus said, where I am, there you will be.
Mm.
But where I am now,
You don't
I
pray
don't
for
wish
others. Yeah.
even my worst enemy to be.
Mm.
And I don't want to describe it just as Fine Glow has done. It's not, I can't find word to describe it. But the topic today is end violence.
Mm.
We must do everything possible to end anything called violence.
Exactly.
We have, mine is gunshots.
Mm.
AGK's own is
Violence,
assault.
assault.
We have others that have domestic one and many other things. The statistics says that gunshot is 27%, 27.5%
Mm.
of spinal cord injuries in Nigeria. Then assault is 20.8 and domestic 17.1. It means that violence causes almost 65%
Mm.
of spinal cord injury in Nigeria by the Nigerian Journal of Clinical Analysis. So it means that if we can end violence, then we can stop at least 60% of spinal cord injury. Chino Achabe said that it is good to be coward sometimes. And in buy want to prove a point.
Yeah.
You are a man.
It's my right.
Mm-hmm.
Common 10 naira, common 100 naira. I think your own is 10 naira. Common and also 10 naira
Mm-hmm.
is what is keeping Ejike for how many years now? Now, I'm going to 10 million. He would have gladly forfeited. So I think the first thing we should do is try to end violence in any way. Like he said, drivers, be the first person. And what award and a bar speed. The first person that reached the destination. What award? Then secondly, if there is a case you are handling and a so one of my friends always say the paracetamol got around. So if you're arguing, he will just tell you are right. Because if you continue arguing, it may lead to another thing. The last time we had meeting with the spinal cord injury in Enugu, somebody said he was arguing with somebody and the person pushed him down. That's all. And for close to 12 years, he's on wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Just push him down. That's all. So, and many other stories like that. So, and if we can end this, then we should work on ourselves. There is this issue of managing anger. That's the anger is emotion, and anger is not a sin anyway. But if it leads you to another thing, that is where it becomes a sin. So anger, like emotion, other emotions, we must have a control over it. It is not that time. A child, you just pick anything, like immediately you can cause a serious damage. I know of a child in Amoji. It was the mother that pushed him down.
Mm.
Now for how many years
Okay.
now? The boy I know to make somewhere here. And it's affecting his brain. I mean, other things like that. And before you know it, it will start affecting the spinal. And the boy will be malfunctioned and so on and so forth. And his first, the woman's first son.
Child.
Now he has other sons, but he can't find joy.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is he was wrong, yes. But are you right? Are you right by pushing him down? So I think we should work on ourselves. I'm the type that believe in if we can work on ourselves, we'll solve half of our problems.
Exactly.
The problem Adam and Eve had with God, to me, is not eating the fruit. But they did not work on themselves. They started apportioning blame. Adam, where are you?
It's
A
my
whole
wife.
Adam. As I went in, I heard their voice and I ran away. I hid. Is that the answer to the question?
Where are you?
Then
Kebino.
you have eaten the fruit. No, it's the
The
woman you
woman
gave to
gave
me.
as in
We continue shifting blame to another person.
Blames.
When the woman was asked, is the serpent? And because God have dignity for man, he did not ask the serpent. But it was serpent, not just serpent, maybe serpent would have shifted the blame to another person.
You're right.
So if we can take the blame, just as
Say the
COVID taught
apple
us,
that call me.
COVID taught us to take responsibility. If we can take responsibility, train ourselves, work on ourselves, then there will be no such issues. I don't know. It's like I'm going too far.
No.
No,
You're on
But
point.
the problem generally, that we
Violence.
don't work on ourselves. We are looking for who to blame. We want to blame the police. We want to blame the road safety. We want to blame that driver that drove anyhow. See, if you are in a vehicle and the driver is driving anyhow, what do you do? If I'm this position, I did not go to school, unfortunately, but I have gone to school of Ijowa, University of Ijowa, and it has taught me many lessons. If I'm in a vehicle and the driver is driving anyhow, even if it is keke, I will pay you and drop me here. I will pay you off because I will tag me hub. I will pay you. If it is 100 naira, I will pay you. If it is 500, I will pay you. Then I will look for another one. Because if it happens, maybe you have spare. I don't have spare. And already what I'm facing, I don't want any other person to face it. So I think we should work on ourselves so that we will not face it. If you face it, the trauma is much. I don't want to project spinal cord as the worst, but it's a permanent pain. As in, if not because I have taken this promise today, I wouldn't be here. I've been lying down since morning and it's over a week. So, and it is pain that Ndingina happy will be tired of saying sorry. Even you will be tired of telling them where you are feeling the pain. It's just like a culture. Oh my God, how?
And it's not the worst. What else is worse than that? Tell me.
I don't know. You Pugishi before. It go good before. It go nguro.
Honestly, this
So-
issue of violence is not easy.
So, and we have many type of violence.
Violence.
We have many of them. And in fact, some of us are even causing violence to ourselves by our lifestyles. There was a time I was a rough driver. I was driving via Okada, and so rough, I was carrying a lady from school. So rough that police now trying also mamaro with new machine, and they could not cut off with us until the place I want to drive dropped the lady. Then the police say, they crossed us and started asking me, who are you? I brought out my school ID card. And they said, do you love yourself? For the first time in my life, a Muslim police preaching to me, do you love yourself? Do you have loved ones? Do you think somebody will miss you? These were his questions. And that is the truth. There are some lives we live. We endanger our own life. We endanger other people's own life by our way of life, by what we eat, by what we say, and so on and so forth. And if we have that self-consciousness that we can do it ourselves, we can control ourselves, control our emotions, control what we eat, I think there will be at least a pause on this violence. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I think, yeah, Simba wanted to say something.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm saying violence, the damage it causes is not just peculiar to spinal cord injury. I know of a family. We grew up in the same environment. This handsome young guy almost went blind because of a fight between him and the younger brother. And the younger brother used a broom on his eyes. One of, in fact, the only savior that particular guy had was the damage was just on one eye. Then he can now see with the remaining eye. Throughout his lifetime, because he died about 3-4 years ago, throughout his lifetime, he was putting on goggles, this sunshade, so that you will not notice that he has a problem in that eye. So violence, honestly, if we can do without it, that's the best thing that will happen to anybody.
Yeah, and it brings me to the part where the truth is a lot of people, maybe because they feel that, okay, because you ask people, they feel that maybe those who have spinal cord injury are from birth. But with the statistics that Emmanuel just dropped, that if you look at it, 60% are actually from violence, meaning we need to end it.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning you see two people fighting, you can just say, please, why are you people fighting? If anything should happen to your brother now you go carry and go hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You should have you will not abandon him now. It will be on record that this person is your brother, and you are the one that inflicted this kind of pain on him. Okay?
Another angle I want people to notice is that because now I have been here for 18 years. The real truth is deep down, everybody care, but at the same time, nobody cares.
Yes.
Leave
You
alone.
understand? Because they care in the sense they may bring you that support to the level they think they can offer. If you look for more, it may not comfort. Anybody who gives you helping hand today, and you come tomorrow, so you want to go see him tomorrow, and don't worry, Go is reserved for him or herself. You don't blame the person for doing that. The government that is supposed to be having being responsible, sometimes they are not responsible for you. So how do you expect individuals to actually do that? You come to hospital, the bills are just for physiotherapy in a federal hospital now is taking you up to 4,000. The section
For
is not
section.
up to 1 hour. Just for physiotherapy, the section is not up to 1 hour. Dressing pack is 600 naira. Federal hospital in Enugu. A dressing pack from 200 and something to this amount. Nobody cares where you are bringing the money
From.
If you refuse to bring it, nobody will attend to you for a while. Then they will tell you to leave their bed. Do you understand? Which means it's pure business. Why am I saying this thing? This condition has a way of cutting you down from what you know how to do before. Has a way of bringing you to where you will see pain from another angle. In the sense that you don't have money, you need something. You may crack your brain one day or try to sell your emotional story to somebody. The person will help you. It will not end there because you are not dying. You are not dying after that help.
Yes.
And the pain will come tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
One silicone catheter that I use supporting to urinate, one is 3,000, 2008, 3,000. You understand? You don't just pick it. Let's assume you beg to insert one. Another 3 weeks will come. You will beg again to insert another. The real reason why I'm saying all this fact is that don't turn deaf ear to all these warnings. Stop behaving the way you like. Because the real truth is that government don't care.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Institutions don't care. People who are supposed to make your life easy, they are not there. It's your cross and you are carrying it. So can you learn how to say no to violence?
Mm.
You understand? And protect your spinal cord. Because one thing, some people don't actually know. Lily, I think we need to go deeper on this spinal cord injury in the sense that some people don't understand what is spinal cord injury.
Yes.
It's not like hand. That when you cut, you can use the other one. It's not like leg. When you break it, you can manage the other one with a stick. No. It's this nerve from the back of the brain down to your waist. And it connects everything in your body.
Yes.
Once you disconnect it, maybe from the neck, you are shut down, kind of. Your body will be glitching. The nerves can't control themselves. It will be sending wrong signals and your body will be shaking. One was happening to me sometimes at a prayer house, and the woman just touched me and spasm was vibrating me. What's the Holy Ghost? What's in a monster? God. You understand? People kind of make mockery of you for things that because they don't understand it. They don't even know what it takes to be in that situation. Do you understand? So why I'm explaining all those things now is for us to understand that this reality is real and it kills. If I live till next year, I'll be very happy.
You will live.
You understand?
You
It's
will live.
it's actually real fact of how things are. My hands can't even fold up any longer the way it used to before. These things were not there before. When I left here, I had injury in November on my bed where I was trying to exercise. I broke this femur. I broke this leg. If you notice, this leg is fatter than this one. I broke this leg. I came to hospital. It was treated. I went home. It broke again. I came to hospital again in March. I was operated in March. I was operated in April. My leg is bent totally. I can't even sleep straight on my bed. I wake my younger brother up every night, more than 10 times in a night.
To assist you.
Either turn me right, turn me left, face me down. Spasm will not allow me. The pains will not allow me. So why won't you be careful with your life? Tell me why you will not be careful with your life. Why will anybody be toying with his life? Or in which I be, I might want to start in Burundi life matters. So I wish people can understand that my cry is not actually to look for your sympathy. No.
I know.
I'm struggling myself to see if I can live the little life left for me. You understand? As destined by God. Oh, when your dream is cut short, everything. People say, oh, no. Overall, God finished creating you the day He gave birth to you. Every other thing that happens to you is caused by the society you are living. You understand? Somebody's carelessness caused it. Or fall of nature sometimes because still your own personal carelessness, kind of. The way we involve God sometimes make it look like we fail to pick our own correction, and it's bad. It's bad. People need to be careful. People need to be watchful of whatsoever they do, because if you don't treat your health right, definitely you will die on time. American people always say Nigerian lifespan, African lifespan is at the age of either 50 or 60 or something like that. You understand? Why? But their own is more than that. Because Hagarubo, na their village, you won't katabulibu from distance place better, and it's eating their health. No, they did not do all that. We did it here. All those pains are in our health. Whether you like it or not, once you get to some certain age, we don't have medical facilities to help you. We don't have good hospitals to assist you.
And then we turn it to spiritual.
You understand? As soon as spiritual, pastors will capitalize on that. Why the point is that the system refused to function. We all contributed to it one way or the other. So the better thing is to repent. It's just that we're on the topic of spinal cord this time around.
And violence.
It affects everything about life. I am not happy. This is not fulfillment for me. My dad built a house. As of 1970 something, he had built his house. A government block. So is that one not a cause that my dad provided a shelter for me? At my age, but I was not able to do that. Is that the plan for me? Spinal cord injury pushed me to that. And somebody will say, people with spinal cord injury, some of them survive. Yes, some survive. To what extent do that opportunity appear in Nigeria for you to have something
others,
to do? To survive.
That is it.
People that are standing in one of this space,
Let alone. Exactly.
And you struggle yourself to see if you can start. The state will be charging you up and down. Nobody cares. The point is that nobody wants to care for anybody in this country.
That's true.
Nobody cares for you. So the major thing is protect yourself to be healthy. Don't worry for also. If you sure, you go at 200 want me to sustain you till another day. Especially in this present regime of federal government. Nothing seems to be working. That's the truth. So if we should neglect all those things and refuse to maintain ourselves, we have nobody to blame this year. So I, in this studio this afternoon, under this umbrella of national International Day of Persons with Spinal Cord Injury. The message is protect your spinal cord. You understand? End violence. We must try our best to work towards that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, thank you. And your story, you didn't even say your story. Just the little you have said is they say a word is enough for the wise.
Honestly.
We need to end violence. We need to protect our health. It's very important. Violence entails a lot of things, and it affects everybody. Oh, we come and your spine. Oh, we can your legs. But you know, like he said, the spine connects virtually
Everywhere.
every part of your body. Once that one is gone, no tilo. You know, before you go for operation, they will have to inject your spine. As you know, anesthetics.
Yeah.
So you are paralyzed basically. So I've undergone it more than 4 or 5 times. So I know what it is. When I had an accident, I went through operation 3 times, yes. And I know how it made me feel. Those who were with me in the hospital, sometimes I feel my leg is bigger than everybody, the whole house. And they'll be like, no, your leg is too small. I say, no, that's people should help me carry the leg. It's too heavy. You know, that kind of thing. So imagine, because you can't move unless that drugs faces out before you be able to get yourself. Now, imagine somebody that is now on it permanently, basically. The person will just have to lie down 24/7. I lost a friend who had the same issue. He used to be a very ardent listener of Solid FM, calls virtually all the time. Gideon Ebuago. His own, I think he fell from a tree or on a bike. Bike. Carelessness.
Even Nonso
You see?
from Solid as from Ebony State. He is blind and at the same time having spinal cord.
So imagine. That he fell and he had bed sore. The guy went to him at Gideon. His own everywhere is bomb everywhere. Bed sore, the sore don't eat him. He didn't survive. So it's not about having spine that is the issue. It's the things attached to it. So if you don't take care of yourself, you'll be on the bed for years. Maybe you're a situation whereby you don't even have anybody to take care of you. Because I know Gideon was going to the hospital to and fro.
Which is possible.
Every time he's going to the hospital, they have to be changing his bed.
Yes, of course.
They have to be changing his bed. He lies on this bed for so long. And where is the money to get a better bed for him?
Taking drugs almost.
He has to be taking
Painkiller.
drugs. Gideon he has been on my program, so he's somebody that I know his dad might be listening. He died. Okada. Accident. From there, you know if you stand again. Now you are driving your own. Maybe you have had the first accident. Your own. They are following you. That the God that you are serving is a very my God too is a great God. But sometimes he will allow you this thing you are doing. Go and see what it will land you. So please let's not take this like maybe Isesinachi said. His own was gunshot. Fine Glozon was fight, assault. We don't know what your story will be. So when you see these things happen, Biko, Barekwen Soso. Then even you, when you see somebody that have accident, how do you carry the person? That's another thing. Because the way you even lift the person up is another problem.
It's a big topic on its own.
When the person is on the ground, you now come, you add the problem. You don't even know ebe hit ya, ake kwofu.
That was where my own started.
Okay.
Where my own started.
Everybody's own. I'm not supposed to be sitting on the wheel.
You see?
It was the way they carried me. Used the same hand and the same leg to lift me up.
You see?
Almost 70% of persons having spinal cord injury. The degree of their injury wouldn't have been like that if they are properly handled. By Medicare. You understand?
So let's take care of our health.
Who do we blame?
That's the thing.
Who do we blame?
So everything starts with everybody stopping
I keep saying
violence.
Yes. We need to awareness have to go beyond just talking about it by individuals. Federal governments have actually enacted law in public buildings and the rest of it, but people don't care, and no action has been taken on it. If I come to bank to withdraw my money or have
can't
business
go
in the
in.
bank, I can't go in.
You see,
You
that is
restrict
another
me,
one.
But you collected my money.
Okay.
What does it cost for you to cast a place? so that I can have access to the bank like every other human being. Why are you discriminating me? These laws are there.
Even to enter bus,
laws
You
they'll
come
say
to
you can't enter.
you come to airports, they will tell you sometimes you have zero mobility, you can't fly. Sorry, we can't fly. You imagine that? Discrimination. Even when we have law, our government is not helping us. At what point can we now come to terms that we are living?
Okay, you know.
Emotional torture. Are we talking about that one? Do you understand? The torture is there. So, a way we're speaking to outsiders, some of us living with spinal cord injury should learn how to manage ourselves at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a see, just like we said, people care about you, but everything has limits.
Limit, exactly.
And the reality on ground now is that onye ọbụla chọrọ ihe ịchọ, agụụ na-agụ. And another real truth now is that some people who have noticed that some people who are looking for, who are not supposed to be looking for, mezilo ndị ala karịa mechanic.
Exactly.
Amara onye ekwesịrị inye alaka na onye amanyela aka. Do you understand? So on those notes, we should learn how to manage the little we have. I'm saying it now in relation to
Financial.
you'll be healed. You waste your transport, you get there. In your friend water seed. Before you know it, you have spent big money that would have
Sustained you.
Sustained you in this difficult time. And when you are going, nothing is given to you. Even when Jesus has given us demonstration that I go and there and
you feed them.
No, it's not like that. So how do you manage the little you have to sustain yourself? You know, Hannah church. Even one day you worsen your condition because you are going to look for solution. I got back to surgery, which actually landed me here. My initial injury was C5C6. It's a stage that allows me to manage my hand. By then, I can use my hand a little, pick something on the floor. Do you understand? I can use my hand to do a lot of things. I went back 2010 because my injury was 2006. I went back 2010 to have a surgery because I was desperate to get better. I came now, the injury, the last time I checked via X-ray and via, what is it called? MRI. My injury is now C3, C4. Worse. Now it affected my hands and they're affecting my body every day. Do you understand? So another thing I'm telling my unfortunate friends who found themselves in this state is learn how to manage yourself. Don't always rush to take that advice. Go for surgery. Go for that man at Abakaliki. Go for this one. Go for that. Forget. Learn the best way. And the best way to manage yourself is physiotherapy. Don't play with it. Don't play with physiotherapy. Engage that money with experts. Let them treat you how to manage yourself. And one thing about physiotherapy is like everyday thing. You don't just do it and say, I've done. I'm not going again.
Exactly.
I'm not going again is part of the reason why I broke my leg. Because according to them, my bones are weak. They have is my knee. Sorry, what is it called? My elbow. I was sitting in a yoga position. I lied on my bed. Spasm was disturbing me. I sat up on my bed around 12 a.m. I folded my leg in yoga position. Used my two knees to be resting on it so that my two elbows resting on it so that I can find a relief. The next thing, boom. Do you understand? Because the bone has lied wasted for years without functioning. Which means I abandoned physiotherapy for a very long time without attending. So I wanted to use that part of the body or touch it. It actually got broken. We should invest continuously. And you will now say, other people, human beings that are standing, they are doing their physiotherapy because they work out every day.
Exactly.
They go to their business every day. They move their body unknowingly every day. And that's physiotherapy for you. Do you understand? So we should mind all those things because they are very important. It's part of the awareness we want to create. More, we wish our governments can listen to us, enforce some of those things that are already into law. We're not supposed to be finding it difficult to access public building. I have a friend who is schooling at UNN in Soka. Lecture upstairs. How do you want her to get there sometimes? Do you understand? Rough roads everywhere. Some places you find it's difficult to climb the stair. Without the help of fellow students, she can't get to where she have to take her lecture.
I was at the Glow office last 2 weeks. This Akbara Avenue. This I found it was hard for me. It was hard. When I complained, they said I should go to another. I should have gone to another
Branch.
office, another branch.
You see? What
There
does
is-
it cost for you to make life easy for somebody?
For others.
I came to get my ATM from one of the banks in Enugu here. They have to force me to go upstairs to go and get ATM.
Carrying you.
Discomforting me. They are not even the one. Just discomforting me. I have to get my aid. Took me there with the crowd. These are the things we face every day that is not supposed to be. It's totally abnormal. You are making us live as if we are not part of, we are borrowing time to be here.
Mhm.
It's very painful. I finished Igbo boy. I finished my secondary school, Sekangabambo 1999. What I had in mind is after, when I might have established myself, I'll then use part-time to study higher institution because I like to go to school. I like to know what every other person knows. You understand? It's my hobby. Mana, along the line, life happens.
Life
You understand?
happens.
So when I came back, I wanted to continue that education, to go and sit back and write WAEC and complete and go back. But I can't because my hands cannot hold pen. Until now, Nigerian government can't produce any other means of you, disabled person that can use their hands to write exam. Is that supposed to be? So now you limited me. If there is a chance of persons with a qualification who is having disability to work, you can't put me there. You can't put me there because government refused to do some certain things to help human. Not that those things are too expensive, no. If government of Nigeria can actually give 1% of Nigerian resources every month to persons with disability, it will be enough.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have data for persons with disability.
Not at all.
We don't have visible data for persons with disability. And that is bad. That is why when you call us here, send your account number. We want to send 50,000 naira for person with disability. You gather all the data, you do nothing with it, still will not see any money. Because even when government at the center decide to release the money, nobody to monitor it to get to the real person. All those things pains me. Mmecha na nwere egwu nchọrọ ịcompose m nwa mana enwere m ego ihe ngeji back ya ọkwa emesịa isi na anyị pụtara ofu ụwa anụnwa m pụtara kịta mmecha na nwụọ isi na nnọrọ afọ one na m anwụgo na ofu ụwa m bịara ka ndị ọzọ bịa. Is that how to live a life? It's painful. It's painful, especially to come from this part of the world. Find yourself with disability. It's painful.
Fine, Glow. We're going to finish the song, but not today.
This thing he said about going for therapy, that it should be a regular thing. Honestly, from this part of the world, we believe that medications should have a day that it will end, but not all medications. It's just like certain eye problem. You must be using your eye drop till the day your God calls you. Ọ dị nnọọ ka ihe a na-asị onye jisi ike oje a na eze onye gbakọta kwụsị nke ọ gbara agba na n'iyi. That is certain medications for you. If you are a glaucoma patient, for instance, and you stop using your eye drop, that is you're on your way to blindness.